One of those things where I was so shocked. I was like, oh my God, I really have to do this show because of what I heard today. This is going to be good. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and let's move in with the fair use, my favorite part of the show.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Okay. So first, I am going to pull up this guy here, and then I'm gonna show you. I want to show you guys something that's like really funny, real quick, and y'all tell me what y'all think about what the hell is going on in my city with this shit.
I'm
right
Charlamagne
here.
live in downtown along Michigan Avenue. People.
Now, this just came out the other day. This is just the other day. This is a little clip that you got from the news. This is the news anchor talking to the people, and this is what the news anchor had to say. This is what's going on in Chicago.
Walk this street all the time, and tonight, Chicago. I'm Charlamagne live in downtown along Michigan Avenue. People walk this street all the time, and tonight, Chicago police, they are letting people know if you're in downtown or the South Loop to stay alert about a crime spree. It involves youngsters running up and attacking people, whether they are walking alone or in groups at all hours.
What? Who tells a motherfucker, hey, while y'all out, those people that are in the city tonight, y'all make sure that y'all be alert for crime sprees that are taking place throughout the city. This is downtown Chicago. And they pretty much are telling you, watch yourself because you just might get your ass whooped tonight, or over the next few days. These little young niggas is wilding out and we can't stop them all, so y'all need to watch yourselves. Pretty much that's what he's saying. But let's see what else he's talking about.
On State near Jackson, a woman waiting for a bus was surrounded by 8 to 9 teenagers overnight. They pulled out a BB gun, then beat her over the head with a pistol, leaving her hurt on the ground. Over the weekend, a man and woman were ambushed by a group of teens at the same intersection. When the woman tried running, police say some of the teens chased her and beat her in the street, leaving her to end up in the hospital.
It don't get no more downtown Chicago than State and Jackson. Do you hear this shit? They're literally telling you they pulled 8 or 9 kids, pulled up, walked up with a BB gun, beat her ass, and left her ass fucked up. Essentially, that's what they're saying.
Now, police did arrest 6 individuals, but they fear that there were up to 10 different teenagers in those various attacks, so they also fear that more people may try to emulate this. So they're asking everyone, do one thing, stay alert if you're in the downtown area, drop your cell phone, put it down, and be aware of your surroundings, because they want to make sure that no one else becomes victim to these teenagers. Reporting live along Michigan Avenue at Balboa, I'm Charlamagne, CBS 2 News.
Disturbing, such violent attacks. Charlamagne, thank you.
And it's the same mayor who was talking about, yes, crime is actually down. When the hell have you seen a major city giving public warning via the news about your ass could possibly get whooped just for being downtown? And when y'all motherfuckers talk about gun control, we don't need guns on the street and all this kind of shit, I tell you this. Ask that lady who got her ass beat if she needed. My cousin said evacuate the city like Afghanistan and nuke it. Look here, man, this ain't Detroit. It's actual shit here that matters. So we can't just do this shit like we would do Detroit. See, there's nothing in Detroit that we actually need. I'm sorry to let you know this, but you are very well aware of it because you done been through that ragged ass city plenty of times. It ain't shit in Detroit that we need. What we need, the Red Wings? Oh, how about the Pistons? Oh, wait, what about the Detroit Lions? Oh, no, wait, we need the Detroit Tigers. You don't need none of that shit. What else is Detroit known for? GMC, right? Ford, and Chrysler. all of which can be made elsewhere. Hence, you don't need Detroit, so you could literally just close it down. Motown Records ain't been in Detroit for 40 years. Barry Gordy started writing on the wall back in the 70s and moved the shop out to L.A. He knew what the fuck was going on. Shout out to my cousin, Gordy. My cousin's up in this motherfucker. That's what's happening. But I'm just saying, you don't need Detroit. It don't offer nothing to the country. They don't offer anything to anybody except for violence, pimp shit, 8 Mile, 7th Mile, and gas station robberies. That's all that shit is good for. So if you're talking about nuking the city, you don't even need to waste a nuke on the city because the city already look like it's been nuked. Go through there and look at them vacant lots and them $10 houses. It already looks nuked. So you don't even have to do that. You can literally just turn off the power in Detroit and pretty much let it be what it is. That's it. We're going to turn off the power, cut the water off. We can even divert some of that water back to Flint and just shut this shit down. That's all you need to do with Detroit. But you can't do that with Chicago, cousin, because there are too many things in the city that people come in all over the world for. For the food alone, it's worth it. We're not going to even talk about the skyline and the ambiance of Chicago. When's the last time you heard a nigga talking about, I'm flying into Detroit, man, so I can get some of this food. They got this hamburger over here, man, that's just the bomb. You ain't never heard of it because Detroit is worthless. It's nothing. It's no purpose. It serves no purpose to man anymore. We need to just close it and just let it become the wasteland that it already is showing to be that it is. All right, that's enough of my Detroit rant. Cuz did that shit on purpose. He always do that. He like when I go in on Detroit. So shout out to you, Wes. I love you, man. I love you. I love you. But your city is trash and you know it. That's hell, it took you about 15 years to move back to the motherfucker. Oh, man. All right. So, without further ado, I want to get into the reason why we're here. And this was one of those things where I'm telling you, I could not believe what I heard. I had to watch it twice just to even accept that it actually happened. I was that impressed by what Charlamagne the God said.
Hello, who's this?
Insane.
Yo, what's happening, man?
Insane. Hey. So, this is Charlamagne the God. This is the Breakfast Club, and pretty much what they are talking about and weighing in on this morning is the Afghanistan. Now, for those of you who don't know what happened to in Afghanistan, pretty much the president said, "Hey, y'all, we leaving. Everybody pack your shit up and get the fuck out. And we're going to turn this motherfucker back over essentially to the Taliban because that's essentially what happened. Now it's a clusterfuck. Everybody and their mama that's in Afghanistan are literally, it's like 15,000 motherfucking U.S. citizens trying to get the fuck out, as well as the other fucking Afghanis, is that what they call them, that sided with the U.S. in this whole fucking war that lasted over 20 years, and now it's to the point to where they are in fear of the Taliban, who have taken over the city again, saying, we gonna fuck all y'all up that was riding with the motherfucking U.S. That's essentially what has happened. So it's caused a huge clusterfuck, People are dying, people are getting hurt. It's a frenzy. And now they deployed more troops to try to gain control of the city again so that they can try to make this peaceful. Here's my problem with this. Number one, and I wish, and I know some people would disagree with me on this, but here's my opinion. When it comes to us going to war, the United States of America, we go to war and we get into shit that ain't our business. Nevertheless, once you get into some shit, you need to see it through. And my thing is this. when you go and take some shit over, you need to take it the fuck over. I don't understand this little preoccupancy. It's like we playing the hokey pokey with all of these places that we occupy. Fuck that. We're the strongest military power on the fucking planet. We got the baddest motherfucking troops in the world. Shout out to all the troops. If we gonna go get involved and we gonna get it started, then we need to go ahead and take it over. The next time, let me tell all of the heads of state and then everybody that's involved with the cabinet, all of these motherfucking the Army Corps of General, everybody who's involved in us going to war. The next time we talk about putting our nose into something or sticking our nose into somebody else's business, we either need to be all in saying, all right, we gonna come help, but we gonna come take it over. Y'all can work for us. We'll let y'all have some nice positions, but the land and everything is going to be ours. If we're not willing to take shit over, we need to keep our noses out of it. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. If we ain't willing to kick in the door, waving the fofo, and blasting motherfuckers till they say, Papa, please don't hit me no more, we need to stay out of it. If it's no gain for us as far as land or resources, we don't need to be fucking around with it because shit like this happens. We've spent $1 trillion fucking around with Afghanistan and gotten through all of this ups and downs and this back and forth and all this shit. Now we like, all right, we done. We gonna leave. And now we leaving the shit pretty much in total disarray. Some could even say worse off than it was when we got there. But either way, we fuck with people's shit all the time. So this ain't nothing new. And the fact that this ain't nothing new, they definitely knew that this could potentially happen and said, fuck it, we gonna do what the fuck we want to do anyway. So that's where we at. But here's what happened when they talked about it this morning on the Breakfast Club, and it was like, wow, I couldn't believe it, but there's a moment in here that is quite shocking.
Where we starting, Yee?
Well, let's start with what is happening in Afghanistan. The Taliban have seized power.
And yes, I still hate her voice. It is so annoying. Oh my God. But we'll move on.
Power in Afghanistan is 2 weeks before the United States was supposed to complete their troop withdrawal after a 2-decade war. Now, California Rep. Barbara Lee, she's a Democrat. She was the only member of Congress to vote against the 2001 resolution that launched America's longest war, said that the Taliban's swift takeover is proof that there is no military solution, unfortunately, in Afghanistan. She said, we've been there for 20 years. We spent over $1 trillion, and we've trained over 300,000 of the Afghan forces. Now, Joe Biden was speaking yesterday, and one of the things that he talked about was the deal that Donald Trump made with the Taliban last year that was supposed to actually get our troops out of there. Here's what he had to say.
I inherited a deal that President Trump negotiated with the Taliban.
Now, here's the first piece of bullshit. Ain't it something? And have y'all noticed that this dude, every fucking chance he gets, it's like he can't keep this nigga name out his mouth. He always, and not just him, his entire administration, all they do is bring up Trump the first chance they get. If you the man, you the president, it don't get no tippy topper than the tippy top when you the president. You the top of the world, Craig. If you're the president, why the fuck would you give a fuck about what the previous president said or did? I'm the president now, bitch. I'm the president now. I don't give a fuck what he did before I got in office. Now that I'm here, he's supposed to be like Barry White. Now that I'm here, no more fear. That's how he's supposed to be. But every chance they get, it's like, yes, the previous president. Don't never give him no credit when there's some shit that he did that he put in motion, like the vaccination getting done as fast as it was. Don't get no credit for that. Having enough vaccines for everybody. Don't get no credit for that. But you talking about a war, had you probably let him handle the shit and let him motherfucking plan the exit strategy, I'm quite sure we wouldn't have this clusterfuck on our hands. But even the fact that he's not there, why would you feel the need to bring him up when it's some shit that you could change and veto and do whatever the fuck you want to do right now anyway. You're the president. Why is the president? I don't understand why presidents talk about what other presidents did just like on a consistent. I even pointed it out when I saw a few times that Trump did it. Like, dude, shut the fuck up about what the fuck the person before you did. You the man now. It would be like, hey, look, here's the plan we had before that motherfucking the previous administration put in. That'd be about the most they get out of me. Now, here's what I'm putting in because I want to change some shit. Because I'm the motherfucking president. That's how all my shit would be starting out. Yeah, the previous administration had did this. I don't like it. This is what I think is going to be the best thing for the American people and the country. So this is what we doing. That's a boss-ass move as opposed to the previous president, President Trump. He had us in this deal. And he had told the people that we was going to be doing this. And this was some years ago, but this is what he had said. So now we got to do this. Man, go ahead on. You didn't say that shit when you closed that pipeline down. That was some shit Trump had did previously.
Under his agreement, U.S. forces would be out of Afghanistan by May 1, 2021. U.S. forces had already drawn down during the Trump administration from roughly 15,500 American forces to 2,500 troops in country. And the Taliban was at its strongest militarily since 2001. The choice I had to make was either to follow through on that agreement.
Just a small question. Since 2001 to 2021, that's 20 years, right? Yep, 20 years. But I got a small question. During those 20 years, wasn't this motherfucker in office with another president during that time? I'm just trying to remember. My mind, sometimes it fades and gets a little loopy. But wasn't this motherfucker here for part of them 20? Just saying. So if he was here with his buddy Barry for good 8 years doing all this time, didn't you kind of like know a little bit about this and that this would be happening? I guess. I mean, just saying, like, didn't you know at some point we would be getting out of here? And if you wasn't on board with that, wouldn't that be one of the first things you would overturn once you got in office? What the fuck you think? The Taliban gonna be like, nah, fuck that, man. You said we was gonna be out of here. He'd have been like, man, fuck you. Trump said that. I didn't. Well, you gotta honor. I ain't gotta honor shit. Y'all the Taliban. I'm the motherfucking United States government. Fuck you mean? Just saying. Same guy who said the president words matter. I'm the president. What I say means something. Why you sitting here now twiddling your thumbs talking about, yeah, what happened was Trump had said we was gonna be out by 2021 in May, and now it's a little bit past that, but we making sure we getting out of here. Man, go ahead on.
Agreement, or be prepared to go back to fighting the Taliban. I stand squarely behind my decision.
Now, Joe Biden also admitted that he did not expect this to happen so quickly, with the insurgents storming across the country and capturing all the major cities in a matter of days.
This did unfold more quickly than we had anticipated. So what's happened? Afghanistan political leaders gave up and fled the country. The Afghan military collapsed, sometime without trying to fight. If anything, the developments of the past week reinforced that ending U.S. military involvement in Afghanistan now was the right decision. American troops cannot and should not be fighting in a war that Afghan forces are not willing to fight for themselves.
All right, well, what is about to happen next in Afghanistan? We don't know that. The Taliban said they want to form an inclusive Islamic government with other factions. They are negotiating with senior politicians, including leaders in the former government, and they have pledged to enforce Islamic law, but they say they will provide a secure environment for the return of normal life after decades of war. But a lot of Afghans distrust the Taliban. They fear their rule will be violent and oppressive. Here is what Joe Biden says the plan is for right now.
I was asked to authorize, and I did, 6,000 U.S. troops to deploy to Afghanistan for the purpose of assisting in the...
So basically he had to send in 6,000 just to get this shit up under control because they pretty much fucked up.
the departure of U.S. and allied civilian personnel from Afghanistan, and to evacuate our Afghan allies and vulnerable Afghans to safety outside of Afghanistan. Our troops are working to secure the airfield and to ensure continued operation of both the civilian and military flights. We're taking over air traffic control. We have safely shut down our embassy and transferred our diplomats. Over the coming days, we intend to transport out thousands of American citizens who've been living and working in Afghanistan.
Man,
Why wouldn't you get these people out first? I'm not the smartest man in the world. I'm not even close. I'm not. But here's my thing. If I know that I'm pulling my troops out, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rent me about 25 Southwest airline planes, and I'm gonna fly them over to Afghanistan, and I'm gonna tell all them American motherfuckers 2 weeks ago I'd have told them, hey, y'all got 72 hours to get y'all shit and get to this airport. Don't bring nothing but your 2 bags that fly for free, and that's it. You bring your dresser drawers and all that other shit, you ain't getting on these planes. I got some planes lined up, and we gonna fly y'all motherfuckers up out of here real proper like, but show up with your 2 free bags to fly for free and get ready to get the fuck up out of Afghanistan. Cause 2 weeks from now, this place is going to be a war zone all over again. That's it. That's it. I would have had all, if you got a passport, motherfucker, and are a U.S. citizen, get your shit together. All the rest of you motherfuckers claiming asylum, we'll figure your shit out later. But right now, every last one of my people that are called by my name, Americans, get your shit 3 days, line your ass up at this motherfucking airport. Don't fuck around and think you gonna get up out of here after this first motherfucking loop-de-loop of motherfucking flights go. Cause we gonna fly these motherfuckers round trip. So every 24 hours for the next week, motherfuckers is leaving. Now, if you don't get your ass on the plane because you want to say goodbye to your friends, you want to go eat some baklava or whatever the fuck you want to go do one more time, fuck around if you want to. And watch your ass be looking at that last plane leaving and be like, God damn, that nigga really is pulling us out of here. Mm-hmm. You going to be right there watching us leave. That's exactly what I'd have did. I'd have got Samuel Jackson and that whole crew of motherfuckers that he had in that movie. And if he had any problems, be like, waste the motherfuckers, and he would waste the motherfuckers. I was like, look, Sam Jackson, get your whole crew of rules of engagement, get that whole team. Even Blair Underwood, Mayor Lightfoot looking ass, get his ass out there too. That's what the fuck we about to do. Pull that flag down, get them cameras, get the videotapes, and any of these motherfucking Talibans, if they throw a rock at your ass, waste them motherfuckers. That's what I do, and we gone. But let's see what they did and what Charlamagne had to say.
F those people, that's not our problem anymore, was a person. Okay.
We're working to secure the airfield and to ensure continued operation of both the civilian and military flights. We're taking over air traffic control. We have safely shut down our embassy and transferred our diplomats. Over the coming days, we intend to transport out thousands of American citizens who've been living and working in Afghanistan.
Man, if F those people, that's not our problem anymore, was a person. Okay.
Well, they've been trying to withdraw these troops for several years now. And like you said, this was a plan that was already put in place that Donald Trump signed a deal with the Taliban that limited U.S. military action against
reading
them.
off that script.
So now the last troops should be leaving by the end of
Look
the
at
month.
her reading off that script.
And what does the Taliban takeover mean for women? That is one thing that is a major concern. Afghan women have made a lot of gains since the overthrow of the Taliban. Many of them are concerned that they'll be again confined to their homes. And the Taliban have said they are no longer opposed to women attending school, but they have not set out a clear policy on what women's rights will be. Now, Joe Biden also says that we will use deadly force if attacked.
As we carry out this departure, we have made it clear to the Taliban.
Now, ain't that something how he said if saying fuck them people were a person? He said that about Joe Biden. And the first thing that she ran back to, yeah, well, this was something that Donald Trump had put into effect, and Donald Trump was the. How the fuck are you gonna make this shit about him all over again? Did you see how quick she went into, oh, I gotta make sure I damage control this shit? Ain't that some shit? Yeah, I know baklava is Greek. I'm just an asshole, Kales Nation.
If they attack our personnel or disrupt our operation, the U.S. presence will be swift and the response will be swift and forceful. We will defend our people with devastating force if necessary. Our current military mission, get our people and our allies to safety as quickly as possible. And once we have completed this mission, we will conclude our military withdrawal. We will end America's longest war.
Lancelot, your ass ain't going to bed. Stay up, goddammit. Show is almost over. Get your ass up. It's only 11:42.
Shows that packaging and presentation is all that matters.
What you mean?
Because it doesn't matter what you inherited from Trump. You the president now. If you wanted to keep those soldiers in place, you could have, but you didn't want to, and that's fine. But in pulling out, millions of Afghanistani people will die.
What? Yes, sir. He said it. He said it. Did you hear that, buddy? Did you hear that?
Will die.
This mission, we will conclude our military withdrawal. America's longest war.
This shows that packaging and presentation is all that matters.
What you mean?
Because it doesn't matter what you inherited from Trump. You the president now. If you wanted to keep those soldiers in place, you could have. But
Exactly.
You didn't want to, and that's fine. But in pulling out, millions of Afghanistani people will die. And
Exactly.
he's clearly fine with that. Those people die. He's clearly fine with those people dying.
Exactly. He's clearly fine with it. Because here's the thing. Any and everything else Trump had in play, Trump had already had going, he went and instantly overturned all that shit. Did he not? Yes, the fuck he did. So now with all of the shit that he overturned with Trump, this is the one thing that he left in place? He stopped a motherfucking wall that was all but finished down on the fucking border. Did he not? Yes, the fuck he did. So why you trying to bring his name into this shit now? Like, this the reason why we're here is because of Trump, but I'm just trying to fix it. Bullshit to the back. You a lying son of a bitch. And you're literally trying to make this shit into something where it's not a big deal, when actually it is. It's a bunch of motherfuckers that's gonna die behind this shit. Mark my words. A bunch of motherfucking innocent people gonna die behind this motherfucking decision and the way that they've handled this situation. Don't try to blame this shit and put this shit on Trump. Motherfucker, you the president. You could have done any and everything you wanted to. You could have even left this shit in place and be like, nah, we gonna stay till I think we ready to leave. And they would have been like, all right, cool. It's what it is. So don't try to make it seem like you the motherfucker. Well, I'm just trying to figure this out. So, I don't know what, we just getting out of here because this is the thing to do. And this is what I said we was going to do. You on bullshit, Biden.
There's been a lot of lies said around this dinner table here tonight, but
That you can't believe.
Two sides of that, though. I would love to talk to the troops during Get It Off Your Chest because, you're an American troop. You go over there and you see their military fleeing and leaving. And now you're risking your life for another country's military that's leaving. But on the other side,
I don't disagree. Joe Biden said it the best. If y'all not willing to fight for yourselves, we can't fight for you no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying
we trained their troops for the past 20 years for them to be able to fend for themselves. And if they're not willing to fight for themselves, then American troops should not be fighting in a war and dying in a war that Afghan forces are not willing to do for themselves.
But y'all knew that before y'all even went over there. Y'all knew that them motherfuckers that was over there wasn't ready. How do you just take a fucking nation of fucking people who ain't no fucking warriors, because all the warriors are on the Taliban side? How do you take a bunch of fucking docile ass people and make them into fucking soldiers to where you at least have a substantial army? If they have trained 300,000 motherfucking troops to protect the Taliban, to protect against the Taliban. Taliban is what, maybe 80, 100,000 strong? But they are fucking warriors. They have the fucking warriors. All y'all did was show some motherfuckers how to fucking shoot a gun, maybe? Them motherfuckers over there are not military trained like we train our troops. They over there trying to help them out. 300,000. And the first sign of y'all leaving, all of them tucked tail and cut and broke camp. That lets you know what kind of people you had over there. You had a bunch of weak motherfuckers and they knew that they was weak. That's why the Taliban came over there and took that shit over just like that, as Mr. Yaddle will say. Them motherfuckers took it over just like that. Right. My cousin, he been there. He said the Taliban always been in control. The coalition was just paying them, renting land. Exactly. If you talking about 80 to 100,000 motherfucking troops that's over there, that's the Taliban, and they still got that shit on lock and take it over in a day, that let you know who was running the show. Them motherfuckers like, nigga, y'all just live here. Y'all motherfuckers just live here. King Kong ain't got shit on the Taliban.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
That's exactly what they was doing. The Taliban over there like Lonzo, nigga. Right. 300,000. You got 300,000 sheep and 100,000 wolves. You tell me who winning. You tell me who got this shit on, who's really in charge. Don't let the numbers fool you. Don't let the numbers fool you. You talking about a handful of soldiers going up against a group full of motherfucking scared niggas? You can forget it. You can fucking forget it. Look at your average hood. It's more law-abiding citizens in the hood than it is niggas that's trapping and gangbanging. How is it that the trappers and gangbangers take over the hood? Wolves and sheep. Lions and lambs, goddammit. That's what this shit is. Sheep don't fight. They bad. That's what happens. So when you have some shit like this go down, y'all knew what the fuck them boys was gonna do. Y'all knew that them 300,000 wasn't strong. Y'all knew them 300,000 wasn't real motherfucking troops, wasn't real soldiers. Y'all knew that. Because y'all the motherfuckers that trained them. You know what you got when you training some motherfuckers. It's just like in our military. You got motherfucking soldiers, that's your everyday soldiers that carry that iron and know how to shoot that gun. Yup, they all do. But you still got those soldiers that you say, you know what, this motherfucker's a cook. This motherfucker here is a mechanic. Now this motherfucker right here, this motherfucker's special forces. This motherfucker right here, this motherfucker's Green Beret. This motherfucker right here, this motherfucker's Navy SEAL. That's what you know what you got. This motherfucker here is a real motherfucking soldier. Frontline combat. I'm gonna get that what we gotta get done, nigga, cause this what I do. This person right here can make the eggs and make the bacon. Fry it up in the pan. Angeline. That's what he do. Now this other motherfucker over here, this is that sniper. He'll knock a motherfucker shit back 2 miles out. You get that motherfucker that rifle he got in his hand, take him and stick him up on a mountain. He's the deadliest motherfucker within 2 miles of that area. He'll shoot a grilled cheese sandwich out your hand, nigga. That's what he do. Y'all remember that Angeline? Angeline, I can bring home the bacon. Angeline, fry it up in the pan. Angeline. Just saying. They knew what they had in those soldiers, and they knew that those soldiers wasn't on shit. And when them motherfuckers left, them motherfuckers said, "My give up, my give up." They went Jar Jar Binks on that Taliban instantly. My give up. Nope, I don't want no parts of it. Nope, I'm good. Y'all go ahead, take this shit. I don't want this gun. You take it. Go ahead. Yes, you want me to go stand over there? Fine. I'll go put myself in the corner on timeout. That's it. That's all it was. And them Taliban was slapping motherfuckers. Them Taliban had them ARs and was going through just slapping motherfuckers for the sake of slapping them. You walk out there on them Afghan streets and you just see a nigga sitting on the ground like, what happened to you? I done got my ass whooped. That's what happened. A nigga that slapped me. That's what happened.
All I'm saying is if that was Trump in office, they would be calling him a monster. They would be saying he had no compassion, no empathy. But when Biden does it, people understand.
Well, Trump withdrew a whole lot of the troops before this already and signed the deal with the Taliban.
Absolutely, but if he would have withdrawn in this way and this would have happened under his watch, they'd be calling him a monster and saying he had no empathy, but no compassion.
For themselves,
What?
If they're willing to fight for themselves, and American troops should not be fighting in a war and dying in a war. The Afghan forces are.
Look at him. He holding his tongue too. Cause he right. Let me tell you something. It's a thing when you know you right and you know that what you're saying is the truth. That's when it gets to the point like this where you just holding your tongue and just waiting to let it ride because he right than a motherfucker. Look at that. He's sitting there just waiting like, yeah, bitch, say what you gonna say, but I'm about to hit you with some truth and some fucking facts. Here we go.
Are not willing to do for themselves.
All I'm saying is if that was Trump in office, they would be calling him a monster. They'd be saying he had no compassion, no empathy. But when Biden does it, people understand.
Well, Trump withdrew a whole lot of the troops before this already and signed the deal with the Taliban.
And right back to his phone like, yeah, bitch. And you see what she said? But that's why he said that she is such a fucking, I'm telling you, and I'm not trying to be no woman hater. I'm just telling you, she offers fucking nothing. She brings nothing to this fucking group. I've heard Envy and Charlamagne have conversations, go back and forth, all of that shit plenty of times before. Every fucking time there is, unless it's some gossip about somebody fucking somebody, or if it's some gossiping about some sex shit or whoring around, yes, she got something to say. Anytime that there is something, a conversation of any type of worldly news, any type of substance whatsoever, this bitch never offers anything, never has anything that is of substance to say. She's always either reading off a script or she's making a dumbass comment about her feelings. Every time. Mark my words and watch it.
Absolutely, but if he would have withdrawn in this way and this would have happened under his watch, they'd be calling him a monster and saying he had no empathy, but no compassion. But when Biden does it, people understand.
All right, well, get it off your chest.
Look,
800-5.
She didn't even say shit. She couldn't even respond with her own words. She literally, the other time that she said something, it was just her reading the script.
He would have withdrawn in this way, and all I'm saying is if that was Trump in office, they'd be fine with those people dying.
There's two sides of that, though. I would love to talk to the troops during Get It Off Your Chest because, you're an American troop. You go over there and you see their military fleeing and leaving. And now you're risking your life for another country's military that's leaving. But on the other side,
I don't disagree. Joe Biden said it the best. If y'all not willing to fight for yourselves, we can't fight for you no more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
They're
I'm just saying
we trained their troops for the past 20 years for them to be able to fend for themselves. And if they're not willing to fight for themselves, then American troops should not.
She's literally rereading what she already said. Literally, look.
Be fighting in a war and dying in a war the Afghan forces are not willing to do for themselves.
All I'm saying is if that was Trump in office, they would be calling him a monster. They'd be saying he had no compassion, no empathy. But when Biden does it, people understand.
Well, Trump withdrew a whole lot of the troops before.
And she went back to where Trump went through a whole lot of okay, how about you offer up a thought about this?
This already and signed the deal with the Taliban.
Absolutely, but if he would have withdrawn in this way and this would have happened under his watch, they'd be calling him a monster and saying he had no empathy. But no compassion. But when Biden does it, people understand.
All right, well, get it off your chest.
Bitch got nothing to say.
800-585-1051.
Nothing to say.
Phone lines are wide open. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Nothing to say. That's my point. It's insane. At least, and I had to, and the only reason why, because I'll be the first motherfucker to motherfucking talk shit and to get on motherfucking Charlamagne ass and call him out when he do some fuck shit.
So you're a vet. So what are your
But this is one of the first times that this motherfucker actually stood up and said something that was fucking true. It ain't about it being a thing of saying, well, what are you doing is right. My personal opinion is we shouldn't even been there in the first place. But the fact that we need to do the right fucking thing. If we supposed to be the better country, if we supposed to be setting the motherfucking example, we need to stop bullshitting and poking motherfuckers. We either need to take some shit over or leave that shit the fuck alone. If it's your fight and you taking it up to fight, take it up. If it ain't, leave it the fuck alone. And if you don't want to motherfucking leave the shit alone, fine. Step in, Take this shit over, show what the fuck you about and how shit gonna be, and be done with it. We should have motherfucking wiped the Taliban off the face of the fucking earth if it was that big of a deal. There's no point in us going in there playing tiddlywinks with the motherfucking Taliban. What the fuck for? We should have came in there, give them a warning. Hey man, we here now. Y'all need to get the fuck out. If y'all don't, any motherfucker we think is Taliban going down, you gonna catch this iron. How about that? How about that? That's how you should have rolled up in that motherfucker. Like it's the Carter and we taking this motherfucker over. Nino Brown style. That's how you come up in a motherfucking spot. Other than that, leave the shit alone, let the shit be what it is, and don't fuck with them no more. Say, hey man, this ain't our fight. We ain't got nothing to do with this. Nope. We out. We ain't got nothing to do with it. Y'all go ahead. Y'all other motherfucking countries want to help them, go right ahead, but we ain't getting involved. Now, y'all motherfuckers want us to come over there. First thing we gonna do is we gonna have to get some of this oil, and we gonna have to get some of this land. I ain't talking about just no embassy. I'm talking about some motherfucking acres around this motherfucker. Now, if y'all ain't trying to get none of that shit up, go the fuck on about y'all business. Don't call for us. Don't show the fuck up to our shores. Don't try to get over here. Talking about y'all need our help. If you ain't giving up that land and them resources, we ain't got shit to do with it. That's how it should have been. And if them motherfuckers said, no, we want to give you land. We want you to come here. All right, cool. Let's get this oil. Let's get this land. We gonna take care of that Taliban. Don't y'all even worry about it. We done dealt with pussy ass niggas like this plenty of times before. Hey, we going through and we getting rid of every last one of you motherfuckers. That's what we gonna do. Every motherfucker y'all think that got a Taliban with the Taliban, put them down. Go through that for about 4 years. Blowing up them motherfucking caves and shit. Do that shit for about 3-4 years. Break them motherfuckers down to where that 80,000, 100,000 troops is down to about 800. That's when you done won. That's when you know you done won. Like, yeah, we got these motherfuckers. They was at 80,000 when we got here. It was estimated 80,000. Now it's down to about 6. Like, oh yeah, we done decimated these motherfuckers. The rest of the motherfuckers done flew. They done left up out of here. Now we gonna put some walls up, put a border around this motherfucker. Anytime a motherfucker try to run his ass up to this motherfucking gate, you air it out. And there you go. We here now. This is Afghanistan, this is Afghanistan, the U.S. annex now, right now, goddammit. You come over here talking shit, shooting off one of these motherfucking rockets. Motherfucker, it's an act of war, and we blowing up everything that come this way. We'd had that shit sectioned off like Johnny Tapia did in Bad Boys 2. Minefield and all. That's how you take some shit over. He said the only person that ever stabilized that region was Genghis Khan. And he cut everybody's head off. Sometimes you gotta cut a motherfucking head off to get a motherfucker to understand. That's what I'm talking about, cuz. See? Cuz you could be my general. I could be the president. We could run this shit. That's what we need to do. Call that shit Operation Genghis Khan, nigga. Anybody over there we think is a Taliban. Motherfucker, hey, chop his head off. But what we don't know, chop his head off and tell me what he thinking. All right, cool. But I just wanted to point out the fact that, like I said, I be the first motherfucker on Charlamagne's motherfucking head when he talking shit. I be the first motherfucker to say some shit about Charlamagne when he off the wall and just talking that bullshit. But this shit right here, he was 1,000% correct. He was 1,000% correct. That motherfucker said, hey man, if this was him doing this shit wouldn't have never been this way. This shit would have been a fucking terrible thing. He'd have been a monster. I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he would do that to the people. What about the women and the children and all these people that's over here now? This nigga Biden doing this bullshit. Ain't nobody got shit to say. Everybody quiet. Even George Stephanopoulos was acting like, damn man, you don't think you could have did this better? That motherfucker was like, nope. Like, really? In hindsight, 4-5 days later, man, we couldn't have did this. We didn't think this was gonna happen. Man, somebody out of all them goddamn generals, somebody said, hey, just so y'all know, this is probably what's gonna happen. There's a chance this could happen. It's 50-50. Even the case being a 50-50 shot, y'all should have been prepared for that. And if you had to slow walk it, back it up, tweak it, change it, whatever the case may be, That's what you should have did. That's all I'm saying. And the fact that they didn't and they let this shit go down the way that it is, these motherfuckers let this shit happen like that because they really, like he said, just like Charlamagne said, he really didn't give a fuck. He knew what could potentially happen and was like, fuck it. And I ain't tripping on that. America first. But if you gonna pull out like that, at least get your people out first. The fact that it's this many American citizens still over there, y'all fucking up. Because y'all got our people. Y'all got our brothers and sisters over there who still struggling. Then you had to go back and deploy a whole nother 6,000 motherfucking troops to go back to that motherfucker to clean up the mess y'all made, which is bullshit. That's all I'm saying. And the fact that ain't nobody else saying shit about this, it's like all of, and when I say nobody else is, all the Biden supporters ain't saying nothing about this, it's bullshit. It just points further to the disingenuous motherfuckers that just don't give a fuck about nothing but being on the other side, the pick side. That's all it is. Because y'all know that this shit would be a fucking tragedy and would be all over the goddamn news, and it would be something where every star, every celebrity, every basketball, football, conscious, woke motherfucker in the world would be talking about this. The amount of people that's dying, that's stranded, that are U.S. citizens, and y'all ain't tripping, man, please. Y'all ain't got shit to say, because it's this motherfucker. Had it been Trump, it would have been a big fucking deal, but it is what it is. So I just wanted to come through and just hit you with that, give Charlamagne his props. I appreciate the fact that he's saying, hey, the fucking truth. I appreciate the fact that he called the thing a thing. He kept it 100. Even though he ain't a Trump fan, he not a Trump supporter in the least bit, he still had a righteous moment, and I just wanted to acknowledge the brother for it. I appreciate it, Charlamagne. I know I talk shit about your ass, and I probably will in another week or two because you're going to probably do some more fuck shit. But hey, it is what it is. And again, North Carolina, Fayetteville, you play it on your channel. I knew you would not play Biden's speech. It's no point. It's no point in me playing Biden's speech. You take your ass over to your channel and you play the speech all you want, as loud as you want and as many times as you want. His speech had nothing to do with the point that I was making about what I made my point about. Watch my show. This is what I'm going to do. You want to play the speech? Go to your show. Go to your channel and do your worst, sir. Do it your way. How about that? This ain't Burger King over here. This is the relationship rehab. I have it my way. There you go. No, it don't. And again, if I had time to really prove it, just to make you look like a dumbass yet again, I would, but no, you won't. So I'm not going to waste my time, because once I do it again, shut your ass up, all you going to do is say, yeah, you're right. And then there it is. So I'm just cutting to the chase tonight. I ain't got time to dig around with you and your dumbassness. You going to have to just stew in it all over through the rest of the night yourself. Go right on ahead, sir, and go on here. I look forward to seeing the breakdown of Biden's speech on your channel. I'll be tuning into that. So send me the link. All right.
I can't work with that kind of stupidity.
I cannot work with that kind of stupidity. That's why I can't do it. That's why I can't do it. Because of the amount of stupidity that you have. I can't. So let me give a shout out to everybody that tuned in to the show. I appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. It has always been a great time, great show. I love you guys. Y'all have a good night until next time. She said your link, dipshit. Boy, y'all some fools. I love y'all. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. Thank you guys so much. I love y'all. Peace. And I'm out.
My channel. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff. Anything that's happening, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. So come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.